Ba 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 ba. So it's gonna be a completely different video. Also, one of my unscripted videos because we haven't really done that in a while. I know the other week's video was kind of like a hybrid, but then again, I always try to like go off script at the end of the video to talk more about stuff, so I can I don't know, like talk about things. But since we're getting into closing of this year, um, I felt the need to kind of go over the games we played. Again, this list will probably be updated more and shown differently. Well, the games we played this year on stream. That was not really a thing when it comes to like YouTube, but games we played on stream. So we're gonna go to last played. Okay, so oh my goodness, this is about. I need an actual like what I played during the year more than like or like completed, but I don't think Twitch had like Twitch Steam has that. And also Twitch also deletes stuff, which I've been lazy about trying to do. This is like the game we are currently playing. Couldn't really get into Gloomhaven because of the way it was kind of made essentially. Like it's made more of a kind of die a lot to understand the mechanics and then do stuff, so I had to quit it, which is why I started Lone Fungus. Then you have Rogue Trader, which I actually beat, and we just had a video about it the other day. As you can see, 171 hours. This is all stream. I started this, couldn't really continue it because of the way everything was being played, but that's why I started Rogue Trader. That's the thing, like it shows you everything. Monster Sanctuary was a really good game, and I loved it. I don't know if I put it like top there. Like it was a game I played on stream that was actually something that was really fun. And that came from one of my videos. I think it was like a Pocket Monster video when I discovered Monster Sanctuary was actually a thing. I had a lot of fun with it. It was really fun. It was somewhat challenging, something that actual Pokemon doesn't really offer you a lot. It was an actual challenging thing to think about. Oh, you have to collect certain monsters to actually do things and have different synergies to actually complete these fights and everything. Also, the trainer battles being harder than the actual like boss type monsters, something that was very interesting to me as well. Far Cry 6, a game I didn't really think I was going to like actually enjoy because I played Far Cry. I wasn't really somebody who could say I loved the Far Cry series. There's some games in the series I liked, and a lot of games I didn't like because a lot of them felt more gimmicky to a sense. Like they didn't really feel like you were doing a lot when it came to a story aspect. Because again, it's a shooter. It's an FPS game, so it's not really something that needs to be amazing when it comes to the actual gameplay. It's just something that needs to be a thing, right? But I enjoy the story. Combat was not the best to me because of the fact that like it just followed the formula of we're just gonna give you a lot of enemies, or you have to stealth everything, kill all the alarms, or people are just gonna come within 5 minutes and make your life a living hell. The story-wise, I like the game. Biomorph, really fun platformer, Metrovania, I believe. Liked it a lot. Had really nice elements. I think I bought it because it was getting good acclaimed. Oh, maybe that's Devolver. I think I have Devolver as well. But like it was getting good reviews essentially, or it kept showing up on my phone. And I was like, yeah, it's a great thing to pick up while you're waiting for Hollow Knight Silksong. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it. And I did like it. There was good too. It wasn't like most amazing story out there, but it had a right story, which I liked a lot. Remember 2. I didn't like my class in Remnant 2, but let me rephrase this. I didn't like that it didn't feel good at a certain point, right? So there's just that. Gameplay is FPS Souls like. So it's if you like FPS and you like Souls like, you'll do good. I just like the Souls like aspect. I'm not really an FPS person, so I can't really say to myself that I'd actually enjoy it. Again, the games I'm talking about are very much games I played on stream, not really games I've played anytime. I guess what they say. I tried to play Technomancer on stream, didn't work. It just wouldn't run, so I kind of gave up on that. Spider-Man Miles Morales was actually not bad, but it's a Spider-Man game. I didn't really expect it to be the most amazing game ever. Like it's just a Spider-Man game. Story was not bad at all, but it's a superhero game from Marvel. I don't really put them up high regardless because really combat could be fun depending on how you do it, but truthfully speaking, you really play the game to make montages while swinging around. It wasn't a bad game. It's not like remotely in my top like 100 games I've ever played ever. It's not even my top 300 games I've ever played. But it's a fun game to play. You just turn off your brain and play. But it was nice to play as a different Spider-Man for once in a blue moon, you know? I also played it on tour for a bit, and that was like, let me finish this game so I can actually delete all the Spider-Mans from my Steam Deck. And I did that. The reason I felt like it should have been better, but also I feel like I'm probably gonna play Crowsthorn and be happier with it. Temisia just felt like it could be better, but it wasn't. So I made a video on Temisia as well, so you can also go check that out as well. But it was more of a kind of mission based Souls like. And also, I like the aspect of having a way to get the weapons of your enemies, but the fact that it wasn't something that actually could stay with you. Well, it could stay with you, but it wasn't like an actual change of weapon. So there wasn't really a weapon movie. You just use it a couple of times and it kind of just disappeared essentially. Or you just have to wait till the charges ran up again, which is not my cup of tea when it came to that, right? Then we have the Thaumaturge, which I was actually, I think it was on Toro when it came out and I bought it and I was like, I really want to play it. Like it was a game I really wanted to play a lot. And I don't know why I wanted to play it. It just seemed interesting because of the fact that it was very much story based and the combat also seemed different from what I usually played. Thaumaturge itself was a really fun game. I don't know if I made a video about that. I don't actually remember if I made a video about that. But it was a really fun game to play because of the fact it's more a type of game where it's like you can get all basically the diamonds, the demons essentially, all the creatures, right? You can get all of them, but at the end of the day, you're risking yourself for kind of corruption by getting all of them, which is a very interesting aspect because you can keep your humanity and kind of like just keep one, having people keep their flaws essentially, or take their flaws for you and become more powerful, but kind of like mess yourself up a little bit more. It's a very interesting way to go about the game as well. Again, I made sure to collect everything I possibly could because why wouldn't I? Especially if I'm just doing one playthrough of a game. But I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, it was a different type of game. I feel like it's such a niche game that a lot of people wouldn't like it, but I had a lot of fun with it. We'll talk about these two games as one because of the fact that like they were a series. Momodora Moonlight Farewell, and then there's a Reverie Under the Moonlight. Both really fun and interesting. They follow different, what do you call it? They follow different protagonists. So you're not playing the same person. Gameplay wise, you're kind of doing the same thing. Well, not actually, that's a lie. One, you're essentially going to sacrifice yourself. The other one is more of a trek and finding out what's wrong with the world. They both have their fun and interesting things, and you can pet cats, so that's also the best part of it. I did a lot of playthrough, like I enjoy the game. This one was the funniest to me because of the fact that you fought one boss and all you see is like you just hitting her boobs, and I was like, what the hell is happening? Like you just hitting her boobs is like for the longest period of time. It was like, dude, why am I doing this just to do it? I was so confused. But it was a really fun game. I enjoy the series. It's cute. Story is not bad at all. Very much atmospheric. The art really nice as well too. So definitely recommend both games. They're also usually running really cheap anyway, so you're gonna get it for a steal. Eastward is also a cute game. I don't really know how to explain Eastward because of the fact that like it's such a trippy game that doesn't seem like it's a trippy game. Even from the art right here, you can't tell it's like this kind of like mind fucking of a game because of how it runs through. But it feels to me like a cult classic in the making, or maybe it's already a cult classic. I don't know. I played it not really knowing anything about it, but I liked it a lot. The story was really good because it drew me for a twist because I wasn't really expecting stuff. But that's the thing about these small games that you don't really expect a lot when it comes to the story or the atmosphere or anything. Because again, you pilot truthfully one person, you pilot with two, but majority for a good part of the game, at least the beginning, you're piloting just one person. So you're learning how to play as that one person, and you realize, oh wait, I have to do a lot more. So it changes the gameplay and how you play. But again, it's not really remotely like something that's hard, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if Sea of Stars would be called a JRPG, but it actually was something that was interesting for me because of the fact that like you chose who you wanted to play as, right? Or your leading cast, even though at the end of the day you're still playing as both characters. But at least you're starting off with one. I believe I started off with the moon one because I thoroughly like moon-based characters more than I like the sun-based characters. So that's why I started, even though I was like, I'm just going to play the guy character. But then I saw what they represented. I was like, okay, I'm going to play her. So that was something very interesting. The game itself, the story is great too. The aspects and what you can do in the game is really nice as well. The leveling up system, which I don't really can call it a leveling up system, but it's more of a okay, it is a leveling up system because again you level up your stats. But even when I was leveling up, I just was blindly leveling up my stats and didn't really think it through. I was just like, okay, cool, this person gonna level up this, and this person gonna level up this because of what type of abilities they have. I wasn't like looking at the guide and like, okay, this is the best level up for them. No, I didn't really care about that. Like if I do look up guides, it's because I can't find something in the game and I want to find it theoretically, and I'm not really gonna be like, oh, I'm looking up guides for the best leveling. I don't give a fuck about that. I never will. But it was really fun. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I spent a good amount of time on it. How long did I spend? 47 hours, not bad. Not bad at all. Blasphemous 2. I played Blasphemous 1 forever ago, and it was really fun. You're also probably wondering how the fuck I play all these games. How do I have the time for all these games, essentially, or how did I beat all these games? And the answer is I just play games. I play one game. I feel like once you become a streamer or you decide what you want to play, I'm just Erasmus. I love that. You kind of have to decide on what you want to do content wise and how you want to approach it. Because I have a lot of friends that stream, and their whole goal is I'm gonna play this game one day, I'm gonna play this game the other day, and I'm just gonna continue and I'm gonna follow that schedule. And it's too much work. I've done it before, and it's like yes, you can probably climb better by just choosing different games that people want to see during these certain periods. But it's so stressful to me to try to like keep up with us different in the game. Like I have to like remember how to play this game that day, and I remember how to play this. And I'm not really getting the full picture of the game because again I'm jumping through other games. So I'm not really focused. Like I'm gonna forget the story from 5 seconds because again I'm playing a different game tomorrow. I'm playing other like it's too much work, and I rather just play one game. And decide be games. Blasphemous 2 was really fun though. Really good follow from Blasphemous 1. Again, I'm not going to really go in a deep dive because again, I played these games a while back. So I'm just going to pull from memory for what I can remember because again, I'm not going to remember everything. It was really fun. Like I enjoyed it. The builds were actually really fun as well. The way you can go throughout the game. The story was great too. I actually do rate the story pretty well too. The endings of bosses were fun too. They weren't kind of like cliche bosses, like they weren't all the same. But again, it's Metroidvania, so I usually have high hopes for Metroidvanias when it comes to bosses and builds as well. No, I just said I was just shitting on like Spider-Man, how it's a Marvel game. It's not the best. But Times actually wasn't that bad. Besides like weirdly built, story wasn't bad. They're really bad looking characters, and them being the card system was actually really interesting going throughout the game, and it just made it interesting as well. The kind of companion system was also fun. The hangouts to kind of add it to the game. Like I spent 89 hours in the game. It's actually fun. Like I actually probably rate this higher than any Marvel game I played, which is a rare thing because I don't really, like I said, I don't really care for any like DC/Marvel games because they don't really have to try for the fan base. They're just gonna give you something, and this was something different. It wasn't just share here. This is a cash grab. This was actually something that was a passion project. Again, I still hated how Deadpool looked. It also sounded, but that is a personal thing. Songs for a Hero was actually really funny. Like it was so weird and annoying at the same time because of the fact that like it was very much I believe this was like a Brazilian game, and the character just kept singing, and it was just like at the point I was like getting annoyed at it, but I was also just like singing it as well. I was like, what am I doing? It was such a weird game. I enjoyed it. King Arthur's Night Table. Did not finish. I started it, and I think I like got fucked because of like some story aspects, so I never even actually beat the game. And I spent 32 hours into it before I actually quit because it just I don't like something prevented me from continuing. I think it was like a bug, and I was like, okay, cool with that. Persona 5 Royale. I played Persona 1. I mean, not Persona 1. I wish I played Persona 1 in stream. I think I've like when it comes to the Persona series, I've only not played 2 of them. Yeah. I played 1 basically when I was like middle school. I played 3 on stream when they just came out recently. Played 4 on stream as well, and I played 5. A lot of different, a lot of different entries into 5 as well, which is annoying. But to me, like Royal wasn't like it added stuff, but it wasn't enough for me to like say I really needed Royal. Like I can't really say it. I had fun with it, but I'd never just tell you, yeah, I really needed Royal. I needed Royal after playing 5. Like you could have made a new game with all the fucking new content you made, and people always like giving it kind of slack because of the fact that like Royal is this fun game. Is like motherfucker, like they could have. No, all the time they put into making Royal, they could have made Persona 6. They could have made Persona 7. They take so long and put in so much money into their current IPs, and not even like current IPs. I'm like, okay, cool, we're gonna make this game. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be a thing. And like, no, they just put more money after the fact, so they don't really have to work on the next iteration of the game. It's like, dude, just make a new game. I don't fuck with you. But Alice is always that company for me. Like I will probably play their games. I'm gonna hate their ideologies and how they kind of approach game making, but I can't really say anything about it. I think I played both of these off stream. I like died so fast. And Hades 2 is actually pretty hard. Near Replicant. I played both these games though. Wait, did I take a break to play that? This is weird. I played this one and I played this one. 40 hours. So they really only take me 14 hours to beat. Okay, so let's talk about this game and we talk about these two. So the thing is what with Nier is that I like the idea of Nier, right? Nier is really fun. The story is really great. The gameplay, isn't really stale for me. It's kind of like you have to get the hang of it, but it is fun. This, like I said, story's great as well. Going through it is amazing. The only bad gripe I have with Nier is the fact that like you have to complete the game multiple times in order to get the full story, which is a lot of work for somebody like me who streams the game. Like I don't, like if you just told me to do this off stream, I was like, alright, fine, but I have to beat the game again and again to get more stories. And again, the gameplay does somewhat change, but it's not like a massive change when you do more and more. So I couldn't really. I think I played Automata second. That's why I was so few when it came to time played. But I did enjoy it. Like I just didn't want to play this game back to back to back because it just felt boring to a point. Which is why I stopped at like 14 hours, kind of ludicrous compared to like Replicant, where I played 40 hours of it, and actually, like, I think I attempted like 3 times. I think Nier Automata was like 2. The Portal series actually fucking, like, I think I played Portal 1 so long ago and didn't get far because I'm not a puzzle person, but getting more into it, I enjoyed what I played. That's really fun, and like comedy wise, it's really funny as well. Because of like the side characters in the background, and Portal 2 also like pulls from Portal 1 as well, so you get some dialogue when it comes to that game. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and definitely say to play it because it is one of those games where it does have a cult following and people enjoy it and love it for what it is. I enjoyed playing both of them. I don't think I took too long playing it, right? 20 hours, 10 hours. It took me less time playing Portal 2. That's fine. Not gonna talk about Overwatch. I think I downloaded it for like a friend and stopped playing it. I only played 4.5 hours of it. Like, I got to a point it was like, yeah, it's not out, so I stopped playing it. Like, I only played a bit of the Coffin and LA. I really wanted to play it for a good amount of time, but I did not last long playing it because of the fact that, like, there was much more needed, I guess. And I didn't really want to go kind of the incense route. And we have Plague Tale series. So I have to say, this is, like, probably one of my top games this year when it comes to story because of how good they make the game. And it's also such a like it's such an interesting way to go about the game too. I don't even want to like spoil it. That's how good it is. Like I love this game. The story is 10 out of 10 for me. Gameplay is also really fun as well. It's very easy to fuck up and die as well, depending on how you do it. Because it's more of like, how do I explain it? It's like a thriller game. Like it's not really a thriller, but the way you can approach things, like sometimes your heart can be beating because of how the environment is treating you. Because at the end of the day, they treat you as like, again, you're a warrior. Not really a warrior, but it's like kind of grow into a warrior. But you're still somebody that cannot overpower most of your enemies, so you have to kind of use strategy or good positioning to win against enemies, or hit them in the right spot to get their armor off, and then try to kill them. And it's a lot of interesting ways, and it shows you how a human has to go through this and get hardened to actually survive in this world, and it's very nice. Dragon's Dogma 2, I didn't like. I feel like I just say that. Again, I didn't do a lot that was necessary and needed to actually give it a good go. Which, truthfully speaking, I also feel like I'm not the only one. A lot of people have talked about how bad their playthrough of Dragon Dogma is and how much you have to do just to like feel like it's alright of a game. I didn't like it. Story was basic. I feel like Dragon's Dogma 1 Arisen, Dark Arisen was a better game entirely. I just wish it was a better game. I don't know. It just weird to me. Should have probably given it a better output. I went into the game kind of hating and feeling like it was not going to be the best, especially at a $70 price point. And playing it, I kind of didn't really care enough. The combat like wasn't that enthralling. Like I feel like you come from Dark Arisen. It's like kind of the same combat. Yes, there's different combos and everything, but it still kind of runs the same. It was like, dude, how is this different? Again, there's different classes and stuff like that, but it's still vocations, I guess. But dude, what the fuck? We have Werewolf, the Apocalypse. It was an alright game. I can't really say it's a good game. I can't say the story was that good. It follows the same. It's in the same world as Vampire: The Last Masquerade, so it's an alright game. It's not like the most amazing game you're ever going to play. It's a interesting game. You play as a werewolf. You have 3 different forms to kind of go about kind of doing your missions, and it's really all I'm gonna say about it. Wasn't a game I really cared for about. Wasn't a game I'm really gonna applaud for being amazing. It was a game. I have a rush, so I tried it on stream twice. The first time, I could not get it because I couldn't get the controller to work, and I was kind of. And I feel like this game is very much a controller-based game because it is a rhythm game as a fighting game. I couldn't get it to work, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm done." And then second time, I got to run with my controller, and I had a lot of fun because I was trying to catch the beat as fighting. Because that's another strategy you have to do, right? You have to catch the beat, you have to hit things, try to make the combo last, because that's the whole point of this is making the music continue. I had a lot of fun with it because once I got this thing down, I can't really say it's like amazing story. It's like very basic to like all right. The music's amazing though. I have to say that because, well, if it doesn't, it would be bad. The story's alright though. Definitely recommend it if you like rhythm-based game and you like some good music. Dragon Academy kind of surprised me because it actually had a pretty good story and it was really fun. Also very interesting, kind of like mystery sort of game, and also interesting characters to play around. Like you even see the broccoli that's like your, how do you say, your classmate. It's a very interesting way to go about the game, and also has companion quests as well. I don't remember if there was romance in it. It was a weird game. It was fun though, but it's very much a weird, interesting game that I liked a lot. Persona 3 Reloaded definitely shouldn't have had a $70 price tag, mainly because they exclude a lot of things from the actual like Persona 3. People were mad about like not having the female character, but they also excluded a lot of stuff that should have been in the main game as well. They added the, what's the name of the Aegis kind of episode as a DLC instead of just adding it to the main game because Atlas loves their money and Atlas is Atlas. So as much as I did spend a good amount of time playing this game, Atlas just continues to be Atlas. I enjoyed the game for what it was. It did have very interesting themes, but it was a Persona game at the end of the day. So I can rate it all right to good. I'm not going to rate it the most excellent game I've played. I would only tell you to play this game if it's on sale, truthfully speaking. I like the game, but I'm not going to have you play the game and be like, well, it was good. It was like great. Well, I wouldn't have you buy it at like a $70 price point. So I have like what, 1 more month? This is when I was making my VTuber. Did I do this once? I remember doing Korma on the stream. I was getting my VTuber stuff. You have like 1 more month. Korma was really fun. Again, I was on my one to kind of play something Pokemon related. Really fun, interesting way to kind of play a game. The kind of sprites were really fun to look at as well. I don't remember if Cormine was a game where you could like mix up the mons essentially. I don't remember if that was a game. It was fun from what I remember. I think I also have this on my Steam Deck. A lot of fun with it. I play this on my own time. This is I think I bought this before I went on tour. Though, like, it's not many games I have to say because I went on tour after. Because I had this when I went on tour for a bit. So Tekken 8, it's a Tekken story. I only played it for the story aspects. I shouldn't have bought it. Like, I don't know why I buy fighting games, knowing I'm just going to play it for a second and not really care about it. Story was alright for a Tekken game. Tekken stories probably have, truthfully to me, have like one of the better like in-game stories. It's not the like blockbuster story, but it's all right for a fighting game. That's the thing you have to realize. Like a lot of these games, I'm not gonna be like, yes, it's amazing story. Like it's all right for what it is. It's not like I play certain games because I know like the story is gonna be all right or okay. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna only play a game because I feel like the story is gonna be amazing. Like it's gonna be the most fucking epic story of my life, right? Just for that is because if I did that, I wouldn't be playing a lot of games. I need to kind of broaden my horizons and play anything I possibly can. Arcade Spirits is a dating sim. So it was alright. I think I played it twice to do 2 romances. Like it was fine for what it is. It's a dating sim. Dating sim stories can be great, but also it's a dating sim. Also, it was a weird dating sim because you have to have your certain stats, a certain amount of stats to even really romance people, or you can kind of fail. It's a pretty small, pretty nice dating sim. I also kind of found those like episodes as well, or not even episodes, like chapters, like in the game. Because Arcade Spirits, I played Pillars of Eternity for like 5 seconds on my own. Eternal Knight's also a dating sim, but more of a fighting slash dating sim. Very interesting type of game. I don't know why I played 2 dating sims back to back. Not back to back, but like basically, yeah, actually, yeah, back to back. But it was fun for what it was. All I'm gonna say about that. Jedi Fallen Order, it was alright. Like if I feel like if the game actually followed more of the like aspects of kind of going more into the dark side, because again you do learn kind of like dark arts of sorts, and you can kind of get a red lightsaber, but it doesn't really allow you to really fully embrace it. I feel like Jedi games should have that aspect of kind of following the Infamous storyline, where it's like I can go this way, I can go like the Jedi way, which is a more noble. Sometimes Jedi's aren't really noble, or I can go like the kind of like Sith way and become more evil. And also, you get more playtime and playability by that because you have 2 different story aspects to deal with that, and also there can be a balance to that as well. But again, it was a right game. It was a Star Wars game. I'm not really a big Star Wars fan. I played it because I feel like I saw a lot of people liking it because it's a Souls like. So I was like, let me try it. Well, people call it Souls like. I was like, let me try it and give it a take. Oh, he was fucking adorable and cute. And it's a really fun game. I think the story is really good too. I definitely recommend OU. It's a really nice and fun game. Artwork is very cute. And I think it's hand drawn as well, which is why I liked it a lot. It was just a fun game. Like the characters were also really nice to play with. The gameplay was also different for me as well because like I said, it's very much an indie game. It's very much picturesque dealing with it, and also the side characters you have as well is really nice to go throughout the game. Grime, very fun game as well, is one I'm literally have my head behind essentially. But it's really fun. I like playing Grime. It's kind of like a Dead Cells, essentially. It's like, I think it's like a side scroller. I remember. I'm not going to click on it just to show. But it's a really fun, interesting game to go about. I had fun. You can also, very interesting build wise as well. So I can't really say that it's going to be your cup of tea. But if you like games like Dead Cells and games like that, you're definitely going to enjoy it when you play it. I think we have the last game I played this year. Well, it's truthfully the first game I played this year. But the last game in this video, which is Grim Dawn. It's this isn't right. It's an ARPG, so I'm not gonna be like it's it's my cup of tea. It's not my cup. I played a build that I probably shouldn't have played, but I played a mage and then went into more of a rogue. So I did a spell thief, and my spell thief wasn't the most powerful. It was very much based on status effects, so dot damage. So the dot damage spell thief, which worked out after a certain amount of time. But again, I wasn't really tanky. I didn't really have any to run with. I didn't have anything like summon wise, I could tank stuff, so I had to go about the game very interestingly. I had some ranged abilities, but it wasn't the best. But it was a fun game for what it was. I wasn't really expecting it to be the most amazing game because again, I'm not really an ARPG type of person, but I had fun doing what I did, and the story wasn't bad at all. But I definitely would recommend Grim Dawn if you like ARPGs and you don't really want to play something on the grand scale of what do you call it? On the grand scale of like a Pillars of Eternity. Not Pillars, Path of Exile, not Pillars 30. Or kind of anything like that, I guess. But Grim Dawn is fun. There's a lot of playability and a lot of different builds you can actually make. So you won't really have the same build as me. You also have two, like the reason why I had a Fell Thief is because you get a choice to pick one class. Then later on you can pick a second class, which kind of combines and kind of formed your actual like main class. Kind of like what game did I just play that had that? Let's play the game like that. Rogue Trader, kind of like that, but not the same at all. But and also the skill tree for oh gosh, also the skill tree for Grim Dawn is a lot more expensive when it comes to Rogue Trader. That's really all my games I played this year. Wasn't a lot this year because again, I had to do a lot, but hopefully next year will be more games. We'll see. If I do go on tour, probably not. I still have to like mess with somebody about that. Like that's gonna be very much soon. But also, if you're seeing this video, maybe I'm already on tour. Who knows? But I don't really know. It's really this video is coming out in December, and I'm recording this way ahead of the schedule. So actually, no, this video's coming out in January. Actually, that's a lie. Definitely ready to be on tour if I'm going on tour, but hopefully in the next video I release, I'll be able to tell you if the videos will stop or anything. But like I said, I played a lot of games this year, a lot of different games. That's what I like to do with my stream, is to not really try to play one type of game because I feel like I'm not really growing as a gamer if I'm just playing one type of game, especially just the games I like, which again, I like RPGs, but I know if I just play RPGs, I'm kind of like restricting myself from learning and playing anything else that is in that kind of like good story realm. And I really want to learn and see all that I can. And I can't do that if I just play RPGs. So that's the reason why I'm playing so many different games. And I want to see exactly how many different games I can actually discover. But again, hopefully next year I discover a lot of different games. Hopefully I play the games I've talked about in my want to play list video. That's the hope, at least. We'll see though. If I go on tour, I'll probably be bought, and then hopefully when I come home, again, if I go on tour, I'll get to play it on stream and get to showcase the game, play it for a good amount of time. But that is going to be it. My name is Onyeka. Side of my time, and I love you all. All right, hope you'll see you all again in the next video. All right, mwah mwah, bye, mwah. Saying kisses consensually. Love you all. Bye.